Alright, looks like we're good to start. Looks like we are good to go. So hopefully everybody's doing good this afternoon. Hopefully everything's going well. As usual, I need to get into... So hopefully everybody's doing good. I don't know, that still looks kind of ridiculous with this being a cruiser and all that, but not as ridiculous as it's not as ridiculous as it could have been. Although we are taking quite a bit of damage here. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what the hell happened to the to all the shuttles and such we're supposed to be launching. They might have already been destroyed. I have to guess all the shuttles were probably destroyed. You guys might want to help me. You guys might want to help me with this capital. You guys might want to help me with this capital ship here. Yeah, we gotta get rid of the capital ship and a bunch of the others. I don't know what the hell. I guess nobody else is vying for that. Yeah, that doesn't look as ridiculous as I thought it was going to on the on this ship. Also, I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know why I'm not entirely sure why the capital ship's here. Okay, the support group ships have been destroyed, so that's good. And with this, I'm going with the Terran things. I think the ship just leveled up too. We're in the beta quadrant from the looks of it. Let me check the status of the ship before I come over here. Hey, all right. Now, let me check my status. Let me check the status of mission. Yes, I am just up to one more thing.
Please report to the Kiana system. Our partnership with the Crinum is starting to bear fruit, but the project may take more time to complete than we have left. We must consider any plan that ensures our survival. The war continues.
Oh, whoops. Let me tab out just for a second, because I forgot to move this, like I always seem to do regarding this particular game. Is this? Yes, it is. There's another Lexington Dreadnought here. Yep. All right. Hey, all right. Now, first things first. Well, let me get my duty officer. Let me get my duty officer missions here. Those of the ones that I can, anyways. Hopefully that goes well, because the risks were pretty high. All right. That being said, let's go. Oh. I forgot. Where's the thing? Thank you for the update. I'll check in next time at Deep Space Nine. I'll do that after this mission. Speaking of which, let me see what I could get. This is Universal Console and a shield. How many things does this require? 500. Of course it requires 500. All right. I digress.
You are cleared for docking.
I digress. Okay, let me oh. Acknowledged. Before I talk, what were my endeavors? Deal disruptor damage. Do I even have disruptor damage on this? Ship? I don't know.
Greetings. On behalf of Captain Cogran and Alliance Command, I am pleased to welcome you to our research station. The Captain is completing his preparations. In the meantime, I will give you a tour of the facility, where we are building a weapon that will end the Iconian threat once and for all. Follow me. Our researchers can explain how the weapon works and answer any questions you may have.
Either way, Lieutenant. Oh, there was something I wanted to do first. This requires 100 marks. All right.
And here, we have the development area.
How much do you know about the Crenum, 7 of 9?
The Borg have extensive records on the Crenum. They were a species of great interest to the Collective.
I'm not sure I like the idea of the Borg studying us like a bug in a petri dish. I'm not sure I like the idea of the Borg studying anyone.
And what about the Iconians?
The Collective spent a great deal of resources pursuing Iconian technology. They believed the species to be extinct. They were incorrect.
So much for the Borg knowing everything.
The Iconians' technology is far beyond even the capabilities of the Borg.
Fine. But what about shielding the ship that's using the weapon? We haven't solved the paradox problem yet.
This is not my first experience with alternate timelines. It would be possible to develop a form of temporal shielding to protect this vessel from alterations in the timeline.
All right. Let me get that.
Welcome to our facility. I'm working with one of the teams here to develop the time ship and choose a target. What we do is different from time travel. Anorax's designs are actually for a weapon that can remove elements from the time stream completely, and then time reshapes itself to account for that absence.
Time reshapes itself? Does that mean reality itself will change?
In some ways, yes. Once the weapon is fired, it can create an entirely new reality. And anyone or anything that isn't temporally shielded will be a part of that reality. That's why we have to proceed slowly. If we're not careful, we could change everything we know and not even know what's happened.
That could be as dangerous to us as it is to the Iconians.
But think of the possibilities. We could reverse the effects of wars, stop threats like the Iconians, even turn back time and eliminate the Borg. This is a weapon, but it's one that can make a better galaxy.
Perhaps, but many terrible things have come about from the best of intentions.
Captain Cogran's briefing is about to begin. Follow me to the conference room.
Lead the way, Lieutenant. All right, we need to go down this way.
Greetings. I have heard much about your victories against the Iconians. It is an honor to work with a warrior like yourself. We are almost ready to begin. First, however, Agent Cray would like a word.
Aye, sir.
Greetings. My name is Philip Cray. I'm the liaison from Temporal Investigations for this project.
Pleased to meet you. Why does this project need a liaison?
The Federation has some serious concerns about possible violations of the Temporal Prime Directive. Normally, Starfleet personnel are strictly prohibited from directly interfering with historical events, and should make every effort to maintain the timeline.
And yet this weapon is being created for exactly that purpose.
Indeed. That should tell you how serious this war has become. If the Iconians win, there probably won't be anyone left to preserve the timeline. In this instance, my role is to ensure that we succeed in our task with the minimal possible disruption to the timeline, as well as to address any repercussions of those disruptions.
So the directive is only a directive when it's convenient.
I don't disagree. As a Starfleet officer, I am sworn to uphold the Temporal Prime Directive. Not only that, but I have seen firsthand the dangers that come from ignoring it. But as the Vulcans say, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. The Iconians cannot use time travel, and that makes it a weapon we can use against them. We must consider carefully whether it is too dangerous of a weapon to use at all.
I understand, Agent. I'll do my best to help you.
The war is not going as well as we might wish. Our fleets are protecting key worlds, but dozens of other targets have fallen to Herald attacks. Civilian casualties are rising. We need to act. This facility is building a device to turn the tide in our favor. Captain Nog, what is the status of the weapon?
We've had some setbacks, Captain. We're still weeks from a working prototype. No amount of temporal manipulation will change that.
And have you chosen a target for the temporal incursion?
We are still running simulations. We've configured the holodecks to help us evaluate the possible changes that occur after removing an element from the time stream. Some of these scenarios show promise, but none are exactly what you want.
Very well. We cannot afford to wait another day. We are losing this war. We need to strike now. A direct engagement is our only option. We will put all our resources into a full attack on the Iconians. Every ship we can muster will be a part of one massive strike against the Herald Sphere. Captain Paris is already moving into position with the Vanguard. Ships here will report to the Herald Sphere as soon as possible. There will be more warriors in Stovokor tonight. But first, We will make the Iconians bleed.
Alright, beam up. Acknowledged.
You are the last ship to arrive. We are ready to set course for the sphere.
Okay, warp to the sphere.
Alpha Wing, you are cleared for departure.
On screen.
Am I glad to see you? It's just not working. The Iconians are gating in their ships, and they have far more reserves than we anticipated. I've called for a hold on the flagship assault until we regroup. There's no point in a suicide run. First, we need to help our ships in trouble. Can I count on you to help?
We'll do all we can for those ships, Captain.
This is Private X from the USS Keller. We are losing warp and are in need of
Well, so like that. So like. So like. So I don't know where the hell the warp core went since I did the barrel roll and that ejected the warp core, but nope. I don't even know if that actually hit. Alright, luckily I wasn't close when that exploded, so... Alright. The lance isn't ready yet, so I can't use it. Quantum torpedo launcher. Of course, the fighters are also a big boon too. I think there are more ships over here, or just a ship over here. I think that's its way of telling me. That that ability is ready. Get rid of that. Oh, subspace gateways all need to go. Yeah, they're gonna have that ship destroyed by the time I get over there. right. Got that one. That one and this one over here. Good. So from the looks of it, because I'm pretty sure this game has been patched. I'm pretty sure this game has been patched, but it looks like they have not. Looks like they haven't completely fixed this scene.
We're falling back.
I cannot do that, Captain. A Klingon does not run from battle. Farewell, Captain.
Yeah, it looks like they haven't fixed this.
Today is a good day to die.
Because of course this one's gonna repeat.
All right, people, we've got one shot at this.
Yep, there it goes again.
We'll take care of the reinforcements. Follow that dreadnought.
We are clear to enter the gateway.
We're falling back.
I cannot do that, Captain. A Klingon does not run from battle. Farewell, Captain. Today is a good day to die.
Reminds me, since they did patch the thing, hopefully they did
All
too.
right, people, we've got one shot at this.
I guess I'll find out once I actually get back to my Dominion character. Okay, so yep, there we go. You think they would have fixed this double cutscene by now, but nope. No. First priority is fighting our strike teams. Put it on screen.
The flagship's shields are down, and it's losing power. Looks like they're trying to interface with a sphere to give themselves a boost. This might be our one chance to board it and take control. I have 3 troop transports standing by.
Understood. We'll clear a path. Just see if I could line that ship up with the front here, but unfortunately that didn't happen. We got those. Now we have to get those. Now
Herald
I think
reinforcements inbound. We need to deal with them.
Oh yeah, we have to wait for the carriers to move into position before. We have to wait for the carriers to move into position before the enemy ships show up. Three science abilities. Where? Okay, I was gonna say, where are the carriers? Okay, my favorite one of those gateways, one of those solar gateways. Ah, there's a damn EMP probe or something somewhere, isn't there? Alright, I need another tactical ability to kick into gear, please. I don't know why, I was gonna say, I don't know why my torpedo abilities are not kicking into gear. Whoa. That's kind of fast even for a cruiser. Alright, they're all over here now. What's up? Nope, hit it with the lance. Those solar gateways are banned. Really don't want to use the ability. I really don't want to use that ability that drops the shields just yet. Well, that's not great. Alright, so we destroyed a number of Iconian ships. Of course, not like that matters because they just keep putting out more ships. Two more landing parties. I like how the ships just conveniently disappeared when the landing parties got over there.
Boarding parties are on the flagship and reporting heavy resistance. I'll stay here and keep any reinforcements off your back. You need to transport to the flagship and help our teams there.
This is the recall one? Yes, it is. Alright. Do what you can.
Great! We got through. What's your status? We can't reach any of the other away teams.
We're safely aboard. Away teams are engaging the Heralds.
Acknowledged. Sensors are picking up power fluctuations near your coordinates. The impact with the Quartar must have disrupted their systems. Start disabling anything you can reach. If we do enough damage, maybe that will help us take their ship.
That sounds like an old-fashioned pirate raid, Captain.
Away teams are attacking power junctions, but they are encountering heavy resistance. It would be an honor to join your team, sir.
Follow me. Alright, we need to go This way.
Away teams reporting in, sir. Heavy resistance and heavy casualties. Detecting life signs and weapon discharges dead ahead.
I'd like to click the thing, please. There we go. All right.
I am detecting Federation and Herald weapons fire beyond this door. There is also a power junction.
All right, gotta take out the group. Take out the group of enemies in here. And there's like a bunch of them. Gotta come over here. Gotta disable the things. Hey, thing disabled. She's right here. I think a chronoton-based weapon would do more damage. You know, they can't time travel and all that.
Matara is retreating. She might be trying to recharge her energy.
Whoa, what are you doing over there? The fluctuations are increasing exponentially.
We've disabled some power junctions, but Matara escaped using a gateway. We must be doing some damage to get her attention.
Interesting, but it makes sense. The Iconians are energy beings. If Matara can't use the ship's systems, she'll use herself as a battery for the gateways. But that's probably dangerous for her. She's bleeding herself dry with every gateway. Keep at it. If you can drain enough of her energy, she might make herself vulnerable.
Herald, reinforcements!
Whoop.
We need to disable the other junction, sir.
Yeah, I know. You're taking care of the enemies first. Alright.
There is another power junction ahead.
Yes, this way. This way. Before I do this, what's my second disruptor? Disruptor damage. Alright. Alright, so that's not the so obviously that's not the weapon I'm using then. You gotta disable one of these, and then we attract, gotta disable one of these, then of course we attract more attention.
Demon is weakening. Keep disabling the power junction.
It's working! She's using her own energy to power the gateways.
So I am not...
More reinforcements, sir! The area is secure, and the other interface is just over there.
Okay, so I'm not entirely sure who is doing the... disruptor damage. Probably those Klingons, if I have to guess.
I am detecting a third junction ahead.
Down this way? Yes, down this way. Next mission's...
Another junction just ahead, sir.
next mission is pretty damn long.
If we can keep forcing the creature to use her own power, we can weaken her enough to defeat her.
I think it's the next room that has. I think it's the next room that has 4 junctions to them.
I am detecting strong energy signatures ahead. I believe it to be some kind of command center. Scans confirm her energy readings are increasing. This could work.
Oh, I do not want to be standing. Thought I moved up.
Prepare yourself.
That Harbinger is already almost dead.
We must disable the other interface before we continue.
I think that's the easiest I've had with the Harbingers before. Alright. Alright, that group's been set. That group's been dispatched. And the junctions in this area are turned down. We've got 4 of
The
them.
area ahead contains 4 interface junctions.
It's this area that has all the junctions in them. Alright, activate this. Oh, nope, don't want to get cut in those. Just as I say that, I wind up getting. Just as I say that, I wind up getting cut in them anyways.
Reinforcements on their way.
Got there, revived that one, revived that one, and they're reviving the others. All right. Oh, and these. Okay, good. Got the.
Watch your back.
Those are the big annoying enemies. All right. Got that one. Disabled the power junctions over here. I see the thing over here flashing. Oh, don't want to be standing. Yeah, and that's why. Yeah, that's why you don't want to be standing in all those. Oh, good. Good. I just revived one crew. Another one goes. Just revived one crew, and another one goes down. Right. This is the last one. Disable this. Disable this one, and this should be the mission over.
I see clearly now, Ticket. I will stand with you, and these creatures will pay for what they've done. Kill them. Kill them all.
Fall back! Transporter, beam us up!
You made it back. Count yourself among the fortunate few. What's the situation on the flagship?
Matara is dead.
I hate to say it, but that might be the first bit of good news I've heard all day. Okay, we need to fall back. While there's still a chance, the Heralds will be coming back in force.
Acknowledged. Come over here. I think come over to a certain section.
These warriors died well, and they will not be forgotten.
Agreed. Land of course out of the system. Not quite yet though. All right. All right, scan the escape pods. Steady. This is not the time to mourn. All right, engage. Before I go, let me acknowledge. This. I want these. Is this 500 too? Yes, it is. So that'd be 1,000. What does this do? Maximum hit points. 5-second shared torpedo charge. All right. Of course, I need more marks in order to get either of those.
I want to personally commend you. Whatever success we had in this mission was thanks to you. The Iconians have lost their leader. Their unity is broken. That might give us an opening to end this war. The cost, though, all those people, I can't help but feel that I failed them.
Can't blame yourself, Captain. They knew the risk and they were willing to take them. Do I have a... Yes, I do, but I don't see the... Because, of course, next mission involved Borg.
I don't think we have a choice now. We have to complete the Krenim device. Captain Cogran wants it online immediately, but this isn't something we can rush. Cutting corners with temporal mechanics? That's how you end up with unsolvable time paradoxes. Look, I'll do whatever I can, but I'm scared of this technology. Building it will be the greatest challenge of my career. But actually altering time? I'm not sure anyone should have that much power.
I understand your concern, but it's our best option.
Despite the extraordinary efforts of you and many others, our operation was a failure. We're still totaling up the casualties, but the cost was too great. The Heralds still stand. They have lost one Iconian, but if anything, that will only prolong the conflict. Defeating Matara was a combination of the sacrifice of Guroth and many others, your quick thinking and martial prowess, and the Iconians' arrogance. Matara did not believe an Iconian could die. The others will not make the same mistake.
We had to take the risk, Captain. We couldn't wait for the Crinum weapon.
Indeed, but that is a small comfort to the warriors who have entered Stovercore this day. Those of us who remain will mourn, and then we survive another day.
And we will defeat the Iconians. And no, unfortunately, okay, beam up. And unfortunately, you're right about that. Yeah, I think William Shatner is the only one left out of the original group. William Shatner and George Takei. Oh.
Our losses were great today, and we will mourn for every hero who died defending their galaxy. I am a warrior. I believe in honorable combat, direct tactics, and looking my enemy in the eye. Although you did manage to destroy Matara and break the unity of the Iconians, I now see that we cannot use traditional combat to defeat them. Captain Nog and his team will continue their work on the weapon. It may be our only option.
Oh.
The war continues, and all of
All right.
the research teams in the Kiana system require...
Let me pause just for a second, and I will be right back. Then we'll get to work on the next. Hold on a second before I do this. Okay, so no. Yeah, I'd like to get. I think I said I'd like to get these. Oh yes, well, it makes sense. Well, actually, I don't know if he's voiced, but yeah, I think they're the only three of the main, the only three left out of the TOS crew. Let me pause just for a second, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. But yeah, I didn't know. To be honest, I didn't know if Walter Koenig was still alive or not. Mainly because you don't hear much about him anymore. Although in some cases, I think that might be for the better. Okay, approach. Yeah, I think they're all still alive. That's just a yeah, not surprised. The remaining TOS cast are getting up there in age. Absolutely getting up there in age.
Personal log, Admiral Lita. So little time. When I was merely a captain serving on occupied Bajor, I had no choice but to rely on seduction and misdirection. All my years working for the Terran Rebellion, and my Bajoran roots were still thrown in my face. Captain Lita, Nothing more than a figurehead to placate the Bajorans. Resented by my crew and dismissed by the Admiralty. Then, the Orb of Possibilities was returned, and it showed me the way. Now, all possibilities are ahead of me. The orb showed me the Coast-Emojan. Maybe the prophets were trying to warn me. The Coast-Emojan showed me a hint of power. The Pa-wraiths burned away weakness, burned away age, burned away mortality. The future would be mine if I could just grasp it. Admiral, Fleet Admiral, perhaps more. Now, travelers have come from the future. Back in time to give us weapons to destroy the Iconians. Travelers who already know my plans and my fate. I don't trust them. But can I use them?
Alright. Yeah, I think, yeah, two of them passed away. The rest of them are still alive, though.
The research teams in the Kiana system require your assistance. They have been running thousands of temporal incursion simulations of how to use the Krenim weapon. But I need an officer with field experience to evaluate the project and its feasibility. You will participate in a focus test of the most promising options. A blade cuts both ways. We must be sure that what this weapon can do to the Iconians does not cause greater harm to us.
Temporal... I didn't change... No, I don't want the warp core. Arbitrary singularity core. Tetrion beam. Chronoton torpedo. What kind of torpedoes do I think you have the Vodmore. I think I'll go for the Chronoton torpedo in this. Because I did warp core, the shields, and of course a weapon. Alright. Oh, yeah, I need to get this too. That way it stops bugging me. I don't see it. Thing here. I think I'll do that. All right. Let's get started. This one's a long mission.
Welcome. We have been working with the Krenim to build both this facility and a weapon similar to the one developed by Anorax in the 22nd century. Captain Nog is running point for the Alliance, but teams from all across the Alpha and Beta quadrants are involved with the research. It's fascinating work, but there's a lot to do yet.
How can I help?
Captain Nog might be able to explain more. He's waiting for you.
Good to see you again, Adrena. How have you been?
It's good to see you too. For a few weeks, I was helping the Alliance research new ways to deactivate Iconian gateways. We were making progress, but it wasn't fast enough to stop the advance of the Heralds. After Captain Nog made contact with the Krenim, I asked to transfer here. Now I'm working with interdimensional resonance harmonics to help recreate Anorax's work.
Having better sleep?
Yes, I have. I guess the Solanae aren't visiting me at night anymore. Or maybe it's the 14-hour days trying to wrap my brain around complex temporal equations that are wearing me out. Either way, my sleep is greatly improved. Thank you for asking.
Just hope this is a bigger mistake than opening the gateway on New Romulus.
Welcome. We have been Captain Nog might be able to explain more. He's waiting for you.
Lead the way. Go over here.
I wish I was seeing you under better circumstances. We've managed to make a prototype of the Krenim weapon in Anorax's records, but we have not attempted to use it yet. Time isn't something you mess around with, so we have been conducting simulations here of possible incursions, as well as developing new ways to protect and store data on various timelines.
Can you explain the process to me? How's this different from going back in time, changing something, and creating an altered timeline?
When we talk about time alteration, we're specifically referring to the Krenim weapon's ability to Remove something from time. Anything, from a single molecule to an entire civilization. It's as if the target of the weapon never existed at all.
So it doesn't just move something, it deletes it.
Correct. The changes ripple out from the incursion point and result in a new reality where the target no longer exists. This does mean that the ship must be able to fire on a target. The details are a bit more complex, of course, but that's the main difference from conventional time travel.
And no one has a problem with this?
Temporal agents from all three factions are watching everything we do carefully. That's one of the reasons we're running holodeck simulations first. Between you and me, I'm glad they're here. The Krenim are a little too eager to use the weapon. Time manipulation is a very delicate operation under the best of circumstances. We can't just start shooting things out of existence and hoping it all works out for the best.
I agree, Captain.
I wish I was seeing you under better circumstances. We've managed to make a prototype of the Krenim weapon in Anorax's records, but we have not attempted to use it yet. Time isn't something you mess around with, so we have been conducting simulations here of possible incursions, as well as developing new ways to protect and store data on various timelines.
Sorry, I can't say that. I can't say that I do, but then of course my memory is not great. What about just removing the Iconians from the time stream?
That was the first simulation we tried. The results were fairly catastrophic.
Catastrophic?
Without the Iconians, the first development of warp technology by other cultures in the Alpha Quadrant is severely delayed, by about 50,000 years. Removing the Iconians would change everything we know.
We'd eventually develop warp travel, right? Seems inevitable.
Let me put it this way. In one version, the Day Ones eventually rise to power and conquer most of the Beta Quadrant. They are forced back by the Vulcans, who never embrace logic, and later enslave much of what is now Federation and Klingon space.
I can see how that'd be a problem.
I'm not done yet. The Herc never developed warp technology at all, so they never invade Kronos and unite the Klingons as a warrior culture. When the Vulcan Star Empire finds the Klingons in the 22nd century, they were mostly farmers who had made some advances in epic poetry. By the present day in this simulation, the Vulcan Star Empire is locked in a to-the-death struggle with the Dominion.
Yeah, sorry, like I mentioned, my memory's not great. I get it, removing the Iconians directly is a bad idea.
I wish I was seeing you under better circumstances. We've managed to make a prototype of the Krenim weapon in Anorax's records, but we have not attempted to use it yet. Time isn't something you mess around with, so we have been conducting simulations here of possible incursions, as well as developing new ways to protect and store data on various timelines.
Wish I could skip the dialogue when it repeats. Sela said about Iconians and time travel. Is that important?
Oh, that the Iconians can't time travel because it unravels their minds. She was being dramatic, but she was essentially correct. When most humanoids time travel, they retain the memories of their timeline of origin. So you realize when things have changed. Iconians are at least partially energy beings. You saw that when Matara was able to use their own power to open gateways. And their brain structure is very different from other humanoids. As far as we understand, if an Iconian traveled back in time, their mind and memories would reshape to fit that time. So they would retain no memories of the present. They don't use time travel because it would literally be taking a step backwards.
I understand now, thank you.
I wish I was seeing you under better circumstances. We've managed to make a prototype of the Krenim weapon in Anorax's records, but we have not attempted to use it yet. Time isn't something you mess around with, so we have been conducting simulations here of possible incursions, as well as developing new ways to protect and store data on various timelines.
Protect what we know?
Once we make an incursion, anything not protected by a temporal shield will conform to the new timeline. That includes all of us once this mission is over. We won't remember the Iconians, the war, or anything that changes in the new timeline. Clouda has been leading the work to create a shielded computer core to hold all the data we currently have. A time capsule, I guess you'd call it.
Core needs to be shielded forever?
Correct. This isn't the sort of sacrifice we'd expect any personnel involved in the incursion to make. So we've built a computer to retain the information for us. We'll know what happened before, even though it essentially will have happened to someone else.
Understood.
I wish I was seeing you under better circumstances. We've managed to make a prototype of the Krenim weapon in Anorax's records, but we have not attempted to use it yet. Time isn't something you mess around with, So we have been conducting simulations here of possible incursions, as well as developing new ways to protect and store data on various timelines.
Do you have any ideas on when to make a temporal incursion?
We've tried a different number of scenarios, but only in the holodeck. Direct action against the Iconians is proving to be problematic, because so much time has passed since they were first a great power. Incursions that far back in time must be carefully planned, or the fallout of even minor changes can ripple across reality. We have, however, seen some promise in trying to delay their arrival.
That's just delaying the inevitable for a few years.
Actually, it would be closer to a 700-year delay if our calculations are correct. The Iconians have had 200,000 years to build their fleets, but we're catching up to them. We've already seen what the 29th century technology can do. Imagine what we'll have in the 32nd century.
So we'd be on more of an equal footing.
Exactly. The other potential solution is to cut into the current power base. What if the Iconians never allied with the Alachi or the Solanae? We wouldn't be facing the trouble we do now.
Yeah, they just find somebody else from what I remember. What are your best scenarios?
The three most promising incursions each follow one of these tactics. My teams have been running simulations and refining their targets, but I'd like you to assist them using a special quantum recursive algorithm. Our simulators can run the outcome of a possible incursion on the holodeck. Interacting with that simulation will give us more data than just crunching the numbers. We need to really interact with it to see what reality would look like, and for that, I need someone like you with field experience.
I'm not sure about changing time, but simulations can't hurt.
Hello. Please allow me to explain what we're doing here. We've determined that if we remove a specific series of stars from the Beta Quadrant in the distant past, a rogue planet will enter the Iconia system and cause massive geological damage at about the same time the planet was bombarded by the Iconians' enemies. The technological buildup of the orbital bombardment that destroyed the Iconian civilization will still happen, but the Iconians themselves will have to deal with a natural disaster, not a war.
You think that's better than You think this is better than a war?
Maybe the survivors of a natural disaster, if there are any, won't be so vengeful, and none of the stars we will remove have planets with the possibility of developing life. The overall effect on the galaxy is minimal. It's a painful path, but it could be the one that leads to peace.
I don't know if I like the idea of removing entire stars.
The number of stars we will have to remove is a concern, which is why we're trying this in a simulation first. But as Captain Nog said, these simulations aren't perfect, so we have devised a holodeck program that will expand and extrapolate on possible effects of the temporal incursion.
Giving a lot of weight to the holodeck.
It's the best option we have available to us. The holodeck's algorithms have been updated to change and adapt to the data created by the simulated timeline alteration. This is not your average holo novel.
Very well. What do you need me to do?
Once we run the program, you'll be able to interact with our best approximation of the new timeline. Interaction with the holodeck components will allow the program to generate a more in-depth solution and give us a better idea of what to expect. We have set this simulation on a Federation starship patrolling the Sol system, and you are the captain. If all goes as planned, we expect that almost everything in the system should be close to current reality.
Understood. I'll run the program. Alright, so I go up here and run the program. Of course, no, that dish does not go as planned. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, everything's not looking all that swell.
Captain, you're alive. We repelled the intruders on the bridge, but the ship has taken heavy damage, and a lot of the crew are injured.
What's the situation?
Sir, I'm not sure this is the time. So many people are hurt, and most of the systems are offline. The life support is on backups, and our resources are down to nothing, and...
I'll help the wounded, but you need to help me. What happened?
The Dominion stopped firing at us when we lost weapons. Now they're focusing on Earth's defense grid, but it's only a matter of time before they return to finish us off.
We'll stabilize the crew and fight back. This isn't over.
Sir, I tried to fight them off. The boarding parties, the Jem'Hadar. We have to stop the Dominion. They can't take Earth too.
Don't worry, we'll stop them.
I never expected they would get so far into our defenses.
I'm sorry, Captain. I just need a moment. Then I'll be ready to fight.
Whenever you're ready. This is obviously a, by the panels on the wall and the bridge shape, obviously a Defiant class. I don't know if I said this before when it did this mission, but yeah, this is obviously a Defiant class starship.
We can't stop them. Maybe if we hadn't been at war with the Romulans. Maybe if the Klingons hadn't ripped themselves apart. I'll be fine, Captain. Just rattled.
Go to sick bay if you need to.
Incoming hail.
Oh, even the panels here are damaged.
USS Ajax. Sensors show your ship is completely defenseless, and I would prefer not to delay our arrival at Earth to deal with such a minor annoyance. Surrender now, and I will guarantee the safety of your crew.
We will never surrender. Alright, gotta get the info here. Okay, cool. Personal log. Iconian activity. And download all the data. Okay, in the program. Okay, now I gotta talk to the leader here. Oh, over there. Oh, over there.
Sorry, we were watching from the control room, and that could have gone better. Even with all that, the simulation data on whether the Iconians were entirely eliminated from that timeline is inconclusive. We were able to record your interactions, and we've been able to piece together what happened from those.
What'd you find?
From what we can piece together, the Klingon Empire was never unified by its conflicts against outsiders, and the great houses turned on one another instead. The Romulans took the chaos as an opportunity to attack. The Federation stepped in to help the Klingons, and the war between the three factions basically ripped the quadrant apart. The Dominion then conquered all three weakened powers.
That's not a solution.
Agreed. My team will continue working on other possible incursion scenarios.
Perhaps we can weaken their power base.
Another one of you Voyagers? I don't know how you can help, but very well. My team is working on scenarios that reduce the Iconian power base. We're attempting to do so by fixing a mistake that Janeway allowed to happen decades ago. We're going to stop the Vaadwaur from being rediscovered. We plan to do this by preventing Voyager from ever coming into contact with Underspace. This will prevent them from finding Vaadwaur Prime, and 7 of 9 will never wake the Vaadwaur.
And I suppose leaving the Vaadwaur in stasis will help the Critum too.
None of us are going to survive if we don't try to repair the damage you've already done. The goal is to cause a solar flare that will force Voyager to divert from the course it was on when it stumbled into Underspace. If it safely passes without entering Underspace, it can continue on its trip home and bypass the Vaadwaur entirely.
I suppose that might work.
The simulation is set for the USS Voyager, which is fitting since they caused the problem in the first place. Our projections show that even if the Vaadwaur never return, your people will still find a reason to stick your noses into our business. So, we're attempting to see how the elimination of the Vaadwaur will change the formation of the Delta Alliance. You will be a member of the diplomatic team.
I'll run the program.
Don't mind Noy. I think he partially blames people from your quadrant for some of the Krennin's troubles. After all, if Voyager hadn't restored the Vaadwaur, they would have never been in a position to ally with the Iconians. But there is no reason to dwell on past hurts. We're trying to fix what we can here, and then learn to accept the rest. Noy funnels that passion to help his people into his work. Perhaps it will change everything.
We all need to work together to defeat the Iconians.
It is a pleasure to meet you. Both Captain Nog and Seven speak highly of you.
Alright. Goodbye. Alright. Come over here, and yeah, despite the fact Despite the fact that the Thod War are taken out, all that happens is the Iconians find someone else.
This is an absolute disaster. I had thought that Admiral Tuvok was being pessimistic about the chance for success here, but now I think he was right.
Alliance making isn't a quick process.
No, it's not. The hierarchy started setting these people against one another before Admiral Tuvok and his team could start to pull them together. The very fact that they all agreed to be in the same room is a minor miracle.
You think you could bring them together?
Eventually. Between Vulcan logic, Klingon tenacity, and Romulan pragmatism, we'll convince everyone here that the threat is real, and an alliance is in their best interest. But it won't be easy. Now, if you'll excuse me, I see I have another argument to break up.
Good luck, Ambassador.
We've always tried to be good neighbors and treat other races with respect, but this is really too much. The Malon are using our system as a dump, and their trash isn't our problem.
You have a right to be concerned, but please calm down.
I should be shouting. I'm upset. The Malon are trying to force us off our beautiful new planet so they can turn it into something toxic. How would you like it if someone treated your ship like a garbage scow?
Maybe you're right, but I'd be angry too.
We've always tried to be good neighbors and treat other races with respect, but this is really too much. The Malon are using our system as a dump, and their trash isn't our problem.
What do you think about the hierarchy becoming more aggressive?
The Malon claim the hierarchy are harassing them, but they're targeting our ships too. So I don't know what to believe, but there are rumors, traitor talk, you know how it is, but I've heard it a lot lately. They say the hierarchy are capturing people and selling them to another race for experiments or as food.
You think that's true?
We've always tried to be good neighbors and treat other races with respect, but this is really too much. The Malon are using our system as a dump, and their trash isn't our problem.
The Malon aren't the biggest danger to your people.
The Malon might not be the biggest threat, but they are the most immediate. Wait until they start dumping their trash in your front yard, and see how you like it.
Keep talking to the Malon. Perhaps you can find a compromise.
Are you here to preach about responsible waste management too? You can save it. I have a commitment to my people and my planet that supersedes any other concerns.
The Talaxians are concerned about waste on their border.
How dare you dictate how we should behave? The disposal of hazardous waste is a noble sacrifice my people make on behalf of their families. Who are you to cheapen their sacrifice? What we do is none of your business.
There are other solutions, but I see you're not interested.
Are you here to preach about responsible waste management too? You can save it. I have a commitment to my people and my planet that supersedes any other concerns.
What do you think of the hierarchy?
I don't want to talk about the hierarchy. They're nothing but trouble. That's part of the reason we're looking for new dumping grounds. I've lost too many ships in the past year. Half a generation of valuable and desperately needed haulers. They're just gone. And I know the hierarchy is to blame.
I see.
Are you here to preach about responsible waste management too? You can save it. I have a commitment to my people and my planet that supersedes any other concerns.
Maybe there's someplace else you can dump your waste without harming others.
We don't need outsiders telling us what to do. If the Talaxians want to talk, they can come to us directly.
See if there's another way to get you interested in joining this conversation.
The Malon have resisted attempts to accept less hazardous waste management practices and continue dumping waste throughout the quadrant. The most at-risk populations are the Talaxians, who have a new colony close to Malon dumping grounds. The Malon have moved into Talaxian space to avoid hierarchy attacks. Diplomatic relations between the Malon and Talaxians are rapidly deteriorating. The Malon have accused the Talaxians of working with the hierarchy, a charge the Talaxians strenuously deny.
Analysis.
The Benthans could possibly pressure the Malon to return to the negotiation table.
Yeah, don't think, obviously that ain't gonna work.
Yes, what is your question? I am rather busy. The Hazari are stepping up their smuggling operations, and the hierarchy's new drive for profits has created a significant increase in attacks on unaligned transports.
Would the Benthans be willing to assist the Talaxians in their negotiations with the Malon?
We have enough to do at the moment without getting into a dispute that doesn't concern us. The hierarchy is harassing our supply lines, and I'm convinced they're behind the losses we've taken over the past 3 months. We're having to double up patrols, which means we're leaving holes the Hazari can slip through. The Malon are a headache we don't need.
I found that working with allies usually brings about positive results.
Yes, what is your question? I am rather busy. The Hazari are stepping up their smuggling operations, and the hierarchy's new drive for profits has created a significant increase in attacks on unaligned transports.
What do you think of the hierarchy's current actions?
The hierarchy's surveillance measures are the best in the quadrant, and that's left us more exposed than I would like. We're losing ships. Once or twice we found debris with hierarchy weapons signatures, but they're cautious. It's like they can smell traps.
Thank you.
Yes, what is your question? I am rather busy. The Hazari are stepping up their smuggling operations, and the hierarchy's new drive for profits has created a significant increase in attacks on unaligned transports.
Sorry to trouble you. I'll talk to the Hazari.
Good luck with that. The Hazari aren't interested in anything but making deals. This whole meeting is just a waste of time. Unity might work where you come from, but I don't have any reason to cooperate with criminals like the Hazari or thugs like the hierarchy.
Maybe I could convince them differently.
What do you want? Did the Benthans make you one of their little deputies? Or was it the Malon? Before everyone broke ties with the hierarchy, they told us what people say about us. Mercenaries. Honorless. Ha! They all deny it, but we know. Now we look out for ourselves.
Would you be willing to pull out of Bentham space?
No. We need to make a living, same as the rest of you. If the Benthans would take out the hierarchy on our borders, we wouldn't be forced to move into Bentham space. But no, they won't do that. They don't think mercenaries rate protection.
Sounds like you should be working with the Benthans, not against them.
What do you want? Did the Benthans make you one of their little deputies? Or was it the Malon? Before everyone broke ties with the hierarchy, they told us what people say about us. Mercenaries. Honorless. Ha! They all deny it, but we know. Now we look out for ourselves.
What do you think of the hierarchy?
Troublemakers. They make our jobs harder and easier. They watch everyone. We used to trade for information from them, but now they won't sell. If we can capture one of their ships, it's like a treasure hoard of information. Makes hunting bounties real easy. But it's harder to take out their ships. I hear they're getting upgrades. And it's not just their ships. Stories going around about one captain whose arm was ripped off by a hierarchy commander. Used to be they'd run from fights. Now they start them.
Doesn't sound like the hierarchy I know.
What do you want? Did the Benthans make you one of their little deputies? Or was it the Malon? Before everyone broke ties with the hierarchy, they told us what people say about us. Mercenaries. Honorless. Ha! They all deny it, but we know. Now we look out for ourselves.
That's how you think? I guess we're done.
Fine. Run back to the Benthans. I'll be here if you want to talk business.
Sorry, but I'm not in the market for mercenaries.
Unraveling this mess could take months, years.
You're the right man for this job, Ambassador. Alright, access the thing. Quadrant threat report.
The number of planets the hierarchy have taken outright has increased 20% over the past 6 months. A push for higher profits has prompted steady growth of hierarchy territory. Reports of abductions in areas near hierarchy space have increased by 77.2%. However, this data has not been confirmed by outside sources because few Delta Quadrant species are willing to share information with the Federation. Further investigation is needed.
Alright, ship's log.
Ambassador's log, stardate 87234.5. Our allies in the Kiana system have been invaded by hierarchy forces. The Kiana colony is a small farming community with no strategic value, so the attack simply doesn't make sense. According to one survivor we managed to find, the hierarchy were working with the Ilachi. The Ilachi took captives to an unknown location.
I can't scan for Iconian activity. Alright, and download. So we're done with this one. We're done with this one, so we gotta go... Gotta go over here.
Damn, that was useless. The Iconians were so determined to have a hold here that they simply found another species to fit the bill. Maybe if you had been a better negotiator, you would have been able to unite those representatives against the hierarchy. Then, at least we would have had a chance.
And maybe we wouldn't.
This scenario isn't as catastrophic as trying to remove the Iconians, but it's not exactly ideal either. We'll have to try something else.
Yes, this isn't going to work.
You must excuse my husband's harsh demeanor. This has been a very trying time for the Krenim. Thank you for helping us get this far. We'll keep working.
Thank you, Claudia.
Trust my wife to be the voice of reason. Perhaps I was too hard on you. I just want to be able to fix all of this. We can't turn back time, but we can change it. Please speak to Gamma Team. Captain Nog thinks very highly of their plan.
Thank you. I'll speak to Gamma Team.
Hello. We've been waiting for you. Our team is focusing on delaying tactics. What if Iconia had never been discovered? In 2365, Captain Donald Varley of the USS Yamato found a star chart on Denias 3 that revealed the location of Iconia. I want to redirect a meteor to impact the archaeological site on Denias 3 before Captain Varley begins his excavations. Iconia will remain a myth, and we will not attract the Iconians' attention as early as we did.
But that's just a delay. Another gateway was found a few years later.
True, but if you compare the changes in Iconian technology over the past 200,000 years with what the rest of us have done in the past 2 centuries, it's obvious that the Iconian culture has stagnated while we have advanced rapidly. Additionally, there are other factors in play that could trigger the alliances and sharing of technology that have come about because of the Iconian threat. It's a risk, but it's one that could pay off.
I see why you're trying this on a holodeck first.
The program is set for Romulan space. Because the Hobus supernova was caused by direct Iconian interference, we expect Romulus to be intact in this new reality. As such, the Romulan Star Empire should once again be a major power in the quadrant. Your role will be as an officer on a Romulan warbird.
Restore the Romulan Star Empire?
Yes. To call it a huge change would be an understatement. Please be aware that nothing will be done unless the Republic agrees this is the best possible solution. There is already a team here working on the possible restoration of Romulus, and Commander Jirak has been authorized to speak for the Republic if needed. The fact that our data shows delaying the Iconian arrival will also save Romulus is an interesting coincidence, but it does not mean we will accept the solution without looking at other options.
I see.
The program is set for Romulan space. Because the Hobus supernova was caused by direct Iconian interference, we expect Romulus to be intact in this new reality. As such, the Romulan Star Empire should once again be a major power in the quadrant. Your role will be as an officer on a Romulan warbird.
Understood. I'll run the program. Alright, last simulation. Let me come over here. Alright. Up into the chamber here.
Ah, Sub-Commander. I'd like to test out some new security passcodes, if you would be so kind as to seal the doors and disable certain, equipment. We need to talk.
Understood, Commander. Seal the door. And disable the listening device. Alright, there we go.
Thank you for playing along, Sub-Commander. The Tal Shiar can't hear us now. I need to talk to you about Datan and the Separatists. They've been located near the Dewa system. What we do next could change our future.
The only thing I know about the Separatists is what I've heard through official channels. What do you know?
Datan has been inspired by Spock's teaching. He and many others have left the homeworld and are gathered together in a flotilla somewhere near Tau Dewa. Datan and his allies have been making overtures of peace to both the Federation and the Klingons. Because of this, they have enough support that even the Tal Shiar won't take direct action against them. The Borg are at our borders. The Empire can't fight the Collective and the Separatists at the same time.
So what does that mean for us?
Thank you for playing along, Sub-Commander. The Tal Shiar can't hear us now. I need to talk to you about Datan and the Separatists. They've been located near the Dewa system. What we do next could change our future.
You're not asking if we should attack them, are you?
If I was, I wouldn't have needed you to lock the door. I intend to put Lieutenant Silan in the brig and then take this ship and crew to join the Separatists. Are you with me?
If we do this, we'll be traitors to the Empire.
I know. I have tried to work within the system, but the system is broken and corrupt. Datan and his people are building something better. You and I both know it. The crew knows it. We will take this warbird to Datan, and we will finally be free.
We have to do what's best for our people. Okay. Lock the door. And of course.
Secret conversations between the commander and one of his senior officers? Very suspicious. Loyal citizens of the Romulan Star Empire have no need for locked doors.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to come. I'm going to have to ask you to accompany the security team to the brig.
Tamer, you are a fool, and you will be the death of everyone on this ship. Datan and his people are terrorists. If you join them, you will share their fate.
You're under arrest. Please comply. You will not be harmed.
A destiny free from the tyranny of the Tal Shiar. If we leave, we will have a better, brighter future than what they would allow us. I know it is a step into the unknown, but it is a step we will take together. Throw off your chains. We will join our brothers and sisters in freedom.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that first line of dialogue wasn't voiced. Alright. I'm gonna go down the stairs here.
I wanted to let you know that I am with you and Commander Tamer. Some of my family has left Romulus to join Datan. I'll be proud to join them.
Set a course for the Dewa system. Alright, and of course, gotta get the information over here. Quadrant status report. Commander's personal log. Okay, scan for Iconian activity. Alright, and in the program, and of course this is where things go. This, of course, is where things go south.
That is the most promising simulation yet. It appears there was some merit to our hypothesis that the Iconians advanced their plans due to early contact.
But it's not perfect by any means.
The readings do indicate higher levels of Borg activity, but it should be an acceptable risk.
This is a major alteration to the timeline. We should be cautious.
The data in this simulation does show higher Borg activity than we're currently seeing, but there are no signs of Herald, Iconian, or Solanae presence at all. And while the Romulan Star Empire is restored to their former power, There is a democratic Romulan group opposing the Tal Shiar. And more importantly, Romulus is intact. This is the result many of our Romulan researchers have been trying to bring about.
But this isn't our reality. We'll be significantly altering everything we know.
The political calculus of the quadrant will change, but the data supports what you saw on the holodeck. No Iconians. We have solid projections. The only suggestion I have now is that you consider it in conjunction with Captain Nog and the Republic representatives here.
I'll discuss it with them, but I'm not making any promises. Yeah, no Iconians, but a bunch of Borg.
This last test has the most promising results I've seen, and saving the Romulan homeworld is an added bonus. We're not going to have a lot of shots at this. I've been looking at Anorex's work, and I think it's too easy to get into a temporal loop where you try again and again for a specific result, and time starts fighting back. I'm inclined to say this is our best chance. But this will have a huge impact on the reality we know, especially your people, Commander Jirok. I won't give my authorization without hearing from everyone.
You can't move forward without considering the effect on the Republic. Commander Jirok?
This is difficult. It would change everything for us. We'd have our home back, but the Republic, everything we've built, it would all be gone. But there's still hope. Even in this other reality, Datan has led many Romulans away from Sela and her Tal Shiar thugs.
This impacts the Republic most of all.
The simulation specifically mentioned Datan and a separatist movement. Commander Tamer makes the choice to join Datan, the same choice he made after the homeworld was lost. With Romulus, we could have numbers. More people who have had enough of the Tal Shiar's oppression could join us. Maybe millions more. If Datan is able to get a movement going, even at the height of the Empire's power, I have to believe that change is possible.
What do you think we should do?
Make the incursion. The lives we save will be worth the work we'll have to do to reform the Republic. The Tal Shiar wasn't able to stop us the first time. They won't stop us again.
If the Romulan public thinks it's worth the risk, then we should try it. Understood. Anything else? Prepare for immediate departure. I don't know how fast this version of the time ship is, but memory serves. I think in Voyager it wasn't very fast because of how big it is. I think at most it could go warp 6. But it looked like it was able to keep up. Looks like it was able to keep up with the other two ships. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Once it loads in, they make the incursion. They make that incursion, and of course, this is where we see the Borg. Bunch of Borg. Well, it did come in. It did come in last.
Acquired and locked.
It did come in last there, so.
Activating weapon. Incursion complete.
It will be good to see the world of my birth again.
And of course, they still haven't fixed the thing where because it still fires when it warps out.
Elements? Is that Romulus? It's been completely assimilated.
Yes, I think we have a problem.
No. We expected to see some Borg activity, but this can't be right.
What happened?
I agree that this is unexpected, Commander, but we knew there would be anomalies. We need more information. Let's find out where the simulation might have gone wrong.
Stay on the edge of the system. Jirok and I will move in for sensor sweeps. Last thing we need is the Borg assimilated the Crinum's weapon.
The whole system can't be assimilated, can it? That is a lot of Borg.
Scan, yeah, I saw the enemies there.
According to these scans, the planet has been completely assimilated. I'm not detecting any non-Borg life signs. This is bad. Really, really bad. We need to fix this.
Agreed.
Borg ships decloaking. Red alert.
Great. The Borg have cloaks now. Shields up.
First the Klingons, now the Borg. Does everyone steal cloaking technology from us?
Oh, I guess I was targeting this one over. I guess I was targeting that one over there. I thought I was targeting the closer sphere, but nope. Oh, oh, that cube just appeared right in front of me. Oh, I thought they were gonna use a treacher beam, or I thought they were gonna fire a bunch of torpedoes at me. Luckily, that did not happen.
We need more information before we can fix this. I'll keep the Krenim ship well out of Borg sensor range while you go in and find out what happened. Hurry. More Borg will be arriving soon.
What would be affected by the timeline shift once we leave the ship?
I've modified some personal shield generators to shield you temporally as well. I'm transporting them over now. Hurry. The temporal shielding drains a lot of power. You won't have much time down there before you're unprotected. If that happens, this will be your new reality.
Understood. We'll get the data. Alright. Alright, down we go. Of course, this is why I needed to make sure I had the remodulation ability. Kinda weird it wasn't on the bar, even though I had the remodulator in the inventory. Of course, once we get all the information, the Borg actually damaged the weapon because this version of the ship, though it's got temporal shields, those temporal shields do not protect it from conventional weapons fire. Which is kind of another difference between this version and the Voyager version.
We need more data to plot a possible solution. With any luck, the Borg will have what we need. Maybe. Our focus is on restoration. There is a computer node in this area of the Unimatrix that should have what we need. Find the node and download all the data you can from the point where we made our incursion. That should help us find out how to fix this.
We'll find the data.
I'm going to join you. I know this place. Or at least I knew this place. Before we lost the homeworld, it was a Talshar complex. Most of the secrets of our empire were stored here. I thought I was getting my home back, but now the Borg have taken it all away. This is like losing Romulus all over again.
I'll do what I can to help, Commander.
The controls ahead of us will unlock the bulkheads. The whole planet. All our people. They're Borg.
Oh. Luckily, that group wasn't too difficult to deal with, especially given the fact I saw the remodulation thing activate.
I can't believe we were so wrong. Cover me! I'll override the door controls.
I don't even think the weapons actually affect them at all. It used to affect them like just a little bit whenever they did that, but this one didn't actually seem. Okay, here they come. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, I don't even think. No, I don't even think that's. I don't even think that's going to work.
Got it.
Grab the things here.
We have to find a way to make this right.
Oh, you guys just gonna keep keep being an annoyance, aren't you?
Resistance is futile.
There. That's the access node console we need.
Yep, of course. But of course, using the first one, not gonna.
Locked. We'll have to circumvent their security measures.
Oh.
Wait! Incoming Borg!
Alright, you guys took care of these ones. Alright, so we can go up here. We can go up here, activate this console. Actually, before we activate this, yeah, I was gonna say, before we get to activate any of them, gotta take care of the drones that guard the consoles.
This was Romulan technology once, but it's been completely assimilated.
Yeah, given the, yeah, not really that much of a surprise seeing how the entire planet's been assimilated. Alright, activate the remodulator.
You will be assimilated.
Last one. Pretty sure I saw that they adapted to the weapon I'm using.
When we lost the homeworld, I thought that was the worst thing that could happen to us.
Alright. Let's get up.
Kiev?
You will become one with the Borg. Resistance is futile.
Alright. I'm being attacked during the cutscene. Kind of what it sounds like. Wow, did we already get rid of them? Well, damn, that was quick. That was quick. Alright. Grab thing. Open temporal records. Breakdown records by year and provide a summary for events for Romulus system only. Display results with the oldest entries first. Alright, download.
It looks like the main invasion of Romulan space occurred about 20 years ago. Something happened in the Delta Quadrant. The Borg assimilated something that greatly improved their technology. They adapted, evolved, and my people, they didn't have a chance. Maybe it's our fate to lose Romulus.
All we can do now is try to restore the previous timeline. Maybe this will help. Beam us up. Of course, this is where they attack the time ship. Oh my god, this is where they attack the time ship and it causes issues. Once of course we get into the mission, then once of course we get out of the thing, that is. There it goes. There it goes.
Let's get out of here. There are more than 20 Borg ships on an intercept course.
Understood.
More Borg on the way. Borg decloaking.
Ah, there are. Alright.
Resist them.
Dog.
We're losing power. Send the data now before we lose temporal shielding.
Sending the data now.
Focus on your repairs. We will make sure the data is preserved. Data is compressed and ready.
All right.
Communication is ready.
Open the transfer.
Secure channel is confirmed.
And send the data.
It is a great risk. The Borg have a great deal of influence.
Oh, crap.
There is no time to run simulations.
Do we have a choice?
We do not.
Oh.
Targeting the transwarp network.
Target's shield.
Fire the weapon! Now!
Integrity below 50%.
The Borg are gone. But so is Romulus.
Romulus isn't the only thing we lost. Temporal shielding is failing.
What happened?
The Borg did too much damage to the generators. If we lose the temporal shielding, we'll all reintegrate with the timeline.
Has anything else changed?
Checking? No. The Tutarians. They're
What?
gone.
How?
I see the problem. 20 years ago, your people tried to replicate the work of the Solanae to protect themselves from the Borg. They failed.
Temporal shield is at 8%.
No, I need to restabilize the shields.
I'm downloading my personal files into the shielded core. You'll have all my research notes and everything we've recorded from this mission.
You're giving up? When the shield fails, if the Tutarians were lost in the past, then you'll be lost too.
Temporal shield is losing integrity.
Is there anything we can do?
No, we all knew the risks. I love...
Of course, we warp in as if the mission never happened. I'll meet them there. Alright. Head down this way and into the briefing room here.
We found a temporally shielded computer core, and it shows 2 uses of the Krenim weapon. But as far as I know, the Iconians are still out there. We changed the timeline, but we didn't fix our most important problem.
How different is the world now?
We won't be sure until we finish analyzing the data, but the Krenim weapon was used twice. I remember being on the bridge of the Krenim ship and seeing a readout with a far lower power reserve than had just been there a moment before. I'm sure you had a similar situation.
I did.
As to the greater differences, we'll know more soon. I only hope the ripples from what we did today don't start a tsunami.
Agreed.
We found a temporally shielded computer core, and it shows 2 uses of the Krenim weapon. But as far as I know, the Iconians are still out there. We changed the timeline, but we didn't fix our most important problem.
What was in the core?
We haven't dug that far into the data yet, and it will take some in-depth investigation to catalog all of the changes. Noi is going to lead the group taking care of that. I will say it is odd to find personal logs I don't remember making.
I imagine that would be strange.
Very. But from what we've already seen, it appears the reason the weapon was fired twice was because we had to try to correct a change we made. Technology like this seems so simple, but even the smallest change can make more trouble than it solves. We have to be more cautious. Far more cautious than we've already been, I suppose. The next mistake might not be fixable. Time alteration might not be the answer. There are some problems that can't be solved with a weapon. But time travel... Look, whatever happens, it was good working with you. I hope we have the chance to do so in the future.
Good working with you too, Captain.
We've put so much hope into using the Krenim technology to solve our problems. Perhaps I was caught up in the possibilities and blind to the potential for disaster. We tried and we failed. But this isn't the end. We'll keep looking at the simulations, as well as any other option open to us. I have to have faith that we will find a way to defeat the Iconians.
We'll discover what happened and move on from there. It's all we can do.
I was conducting another simulation, and all of a sudden I got an emergency call telling me to stop everything. I will be looking at whatever data we managed to save to try and determine what went wrong. Maybe we can try again after we know more.
I hope you found something. We can't afford another incident like that.
It has been good to have you here, but we will have to consider if time alteration is really the best course of action. Of all the records we have of time travel, few have as drastic a result as this. Perhaps removing elements from the time stream isn't the solution we need.
Goodbye.
I have a lot of information to analyze. The shielded core appears to have made it through the process intact, and will give us a wealth of data on the timeline and how the changes have affected it. Clearly, you made a mistake somewhere. I still feel this is the best technology available to us, but we will need minds sufficient to the task to operate it.
Goodbye. Alright, and return to the ship. Alright, that's the mission. That's the mission done, and once I actually get the roid, the torpedo, I'm going to end. That's where I'm going to end.
Captain Nog tells me that the initial test of the Krenim weapon was less than promising. He says that he and his team have a great deal of data still to analyze. But I do not believe they will find much that will assist us. Removing elements from the time stream is reckless, and while our options are limited, we should not destroy ourselves in a fruitless effort to destroy the Iconians. It is time to consider all of our alternatives.
Good. I want the torpedo.
The war continues.
And the next deal is the final mission for this arc.
One way or another.
Alright, with that being said, done, I'm done for right now, so do me a favor if you would. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Helps me on my channel out quite a bit. So I'm done for right now, so I will see you all. Oh, I can see something else. It just ended there.